I don't know why I forgot about this. Let's actually look at the launch of Hyperlane here. If you want to use the Hex Scout post. And Richard did actually also post about this when it came to, and I didn't even know this. You and I were talking about this off air. I didn't know that there was some issue. Maybe it's just with specific wallets. I'm not sure, but that wallets were not connecting to the PulseChain native bridge correctly or something. I hadn't tried to since last week, but Richard posted that today and provided the alternatives of Liberty Swap. Also mentioned this Hyperlane, which is just launching now. So I can kind of read through this. Hex Scout provided us an update, and this is brand new. Like, I don't even know if the liquidity is there yet. So yeah, this was posted.
Just for the record, we don't know much about this. Just because Richard mentioned it doesn't mean he fully endorses it. So again, any bridge, just use your best judgment. I would break transactions up into smaller ones so that if something does happen, you're not losing your whole bag. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah. And remember, you've also got like 0x Coast out there you could do things through. I mean, there's many avenues that you could go, and we use them all. So Hex Scout says breaking Hyperlane is live on PulseChain. Now, Hyperlane was already active on Ethereum, I believe, correct?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah. So it's already been around for a while, but it says this is the DeFi evolutionary leap. This is all typed wrong. The Richard Hart built ecosystem has been waiting for. Now it's up to the ecosystem. Where will the USDC liquidity be deployed? Our clear recommendation is into the stable pool on PulseX, 1-to-1 backed bridged USDC from all partner chains, maximum stability through the stable pool mechanism, perfectly suited for this purpose. PulseX rewards, the PulseX buy and burn, a solid foundation for institutional whale liquidity. Technical detail, the new USDC contract on a PulseChain, and then they give that contract address below. Regardless of the source chain, all USDC converge into this single address. It's interesting. Why Hyperlane is a game changer for PulseChain. The value for the ecosystem. Permissionless, limit-free, fee-free, seconds fast. Already 500K, 1,000 plus, kind of redundant with what I said, but monthly active users, 10 billion plus transferred. Nexus.hyperlane.xyz. I think that must be the native site. 5 years flawless track record. So 5 years. I didn't know it was that long. Starting integrations, Ethereum, Base, Arbitrum, Polygon, constantly expanding. Independent side route alongside the Chamber Bridge. On top, first 5-minute US fiat on-ramp into Pulse, Hex, PulseX, and EUSDC. What is Hyperlane? How long is this post? Just real quick. Okay. Yeah, I'll be able to. Okay. Hyperlane is far more than a bridge, silly. It's permissionless cross-chain middleware with no central intermediaries, no limits, no downtime, even if the PulseChain bridge pauses under heavy load. I know something about a heavy load. Open source, audited multiple times, operating nearly 5 years without a single incident. It channels capital from 130 plus chains directly into PulseChain. And then they give the website again. And unlocks new opportunities for developers, fiat ramps, multi-chain wallets, automated DeFi flows, cross-chain governance. Our call regarding liquidity. Please integrate this USDC contract into the PulseX stable pools. That's how we build the strongest and most sustainable liquidity structure for PulseChain. If this does not happen within 48 hours, sounds like a ransom note now, we'll have to start on Fox. But PulseX is the perfect home. Go interchain with Hyperlane. Go future with PulseChain. Next step towards the Hyperlane finale. Deploy the polls again. Yeah. Ramp now. US fiat on-ramp launch this week. So this is really exciting sounding. Another way to get into the ecosystem that is well established. You know, a lot of the maybe naysayers or people nervous about using Liberty Swap because it's been a new mechanism. I mean, this has been around now for 5 years, if that floats your boat. And in a moment, if you want, we can check out the website too. But what do you make initially about the posts? Some of the ideas that Hex Scout narrates on their own too. What do you think overall about this?
Well, no, any way into PulseChain is bullish. Again, I don't know anything about them. I've never heard of them. I've never used them. So I don't know much about it. I'm just impressed with, they do have, it says 5-year flawless track record. I don't know anything positive. I don't know anything negative either. So I'm just not sure. But when you see that they've already been on Ethereum base, Arbitrum, Polygon, with 5-year track record, that sounds good, right? So you start there, and again, any new way or bridge or any path to PulseChain has to be beneficial. I don't know if they got their pool set up or whatever. When was this post made? This was
like yesterday, I think. Maybe 2 days.
Yesterday morning. So I don't know. And it will take some time to catch up. I think, obviously, as with anything, they need some good marketing behind it. I don't know remember in the beginning when Liberty Swap came, to light, their marketing was fantastic. They were always posting. They were there with the memes and the pictures and the cool, just it was good. It was very good, and it caught your eye and got your attention. So just a little word of advice to them is they need somebody that's out there pushing for that, reminding people that it's there, to get the word out. So yeah, I'm excited. There's more and more ways coming every day to get people onboarded into PulseChain. Now is the perfect time. Make it as easy as possible for when retail finally does start showing up. So yeah, this is good.
Do you want to click on the link for their site? I'm just kind of curious what it looks like. I haven't looked at that yet.
Sure, I'll get the virus. Not a problem.
Yeah, especially since it's just a Twitter post. I guess now that I'm asking you to do that live, I guess I understand that. I'm as paranoid as you are about stuff like that, but
that's all right. We'll see if it loads. My
drain your wallet.
Yeah, well, this is obviously smarter than to use my computer, my crypto computer to stream on.
Yeah.
It's not loading. I'm just getting and it's possible that my Chrome doesn't like it
because it or something. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's possible. I'm not saying it doesn't load, but here, let me check it on a different browser real quick. You can go ahead and chat if you want.
Yeah. Sorry, just looking at the chat. But anytime we can get another way to get quickly into the ecosystem, and again, I agree with what you said, Ewok. I would never just go full port into anything like this and be like, okay, I'm just going to start onboarding all my spare cash into something like this right away. I've actually still yet to even use Liberty Swap. I just haven't really felt the need to do that.
Right.
And, maybe I will someday, but I haven't yet.
Yeah, it loads perfectly on another browser.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's my Chrome that's not liking it.
What's the nexus.hyperlane.xyz?
Yep.
I'm just curious about it. Nexus.hyperlane.xyz. Taking a while to load for me, but I think it is loading. Okay. Yeah, it essentially looks like a front end for
a front end for a swap. Anything crypto.
Nothing you haven't seen before, which is good. Let me see if is PulseChain on the drop down here then? Yep, there it is.
Yeah.
Huh. Awesome. Okay. So does it only go? Oh, no. Whoa. Okay. So I thought it was maybe just going Ethereum to PulseChain. I think you can go
base. You can go. So
Arbitrum. Yep. Polygon. I think that's it. Okay. That's what they said in the post. Okay. It's those four. Those four are the ones you can get to PulseChain on.
Yeah.
So awesome. And he said fee free.
That's what they said.
Huh. Interesting. I wonder if it's actually hidden fee, like many do, because if you're it is USDC though. So if you receive USDC on the other side and it's the same amount, then I guess you're good. So,
and I think that's what a lot of these guys are doing. And I don't know how this one is set up. We've discussed before how Liberty Swap works. They keep liquidity on both sides. When you swap it over, it just transfers the liquidity, and then they will eventually bridge it back to balance things out. So they're holding liquidity on all sides, no matter what chain it's going to or coming from, so that it's easily and quickly transferred to your wallet. So that's what speeds it up. They do take a small fee, and then probably bridge a lot all at once to rebalance back out. They must have some sort of mechanism to help do that automatically. That would be a full-time job, I believe, if you had to do it manually. So yeah, I'm not sure if this is set up in a similar way, if this is a different bridge. Again, I don't know enough about it. I will try and do some more research on it. We can possibly circle back next week, as long as there's no anything bad that happens with it in the meantime.
Yeah, it looks very cool. And actually this URL is actually new for them by the looks of it, because when you open this site, it says on Saturday, August 30th, Nexus will move to nexus.hyperlane.xyz. So this must have just actually changed.
Yeah, as of August 30th. Yeah, so this is pretty new.
Yeah. I'm highly intrigued. Yeah, another way to get over with 4 chains of support that are all, pretty cheap fee wise on their own anyway. But yeah, very cool. Because if you use the PulseChain bridge, you are going to be paying an ETH gas fee, which so far, I mean, Gwei has been so low for so long that, I mean, I've literally bridged over for like a quarter, whereas we've had to pay 15, I think when PulseChain launched, I had to pay $10-15 a few different times with where Ethereum Gwei was. Then, of course, you get Coast, and that's another way to onboard. I would recommend, of course, having an Old Glory bank account, like we've talked about. And there can be issues there too. Like, I mean, right now they're working on their Tide mechanism to make it so that the CST stablecoin is actually pegged to $1 and make other things easy within their ecosystem. And then, I love Coast, but also their buy mechanism, there is a fee in there. I mean, you're probably paying a 1.5% fee with their buy mechanism. If you would compare what you would swap, like USDC to Pulse on Pateus, and then look at the same amount when you're using the buy function on Coast, you aren't getting the same amount. It's not like you're getting completely gouged, but it is there.
It's not near as bad as like GoPulse was. They were taking 3.5-4%. So
right.
But it's there. It is there. And again, I don't mind if people are taking a percent or two, whatever. I mean, they're a company. They put money in, they put investments, time that they deserve to make a little bit of money providing a service. So again, I've never had a problem with anybody creating a new way into the chain and making some. So, that is something you have to compare with and find your best way, find the one you like the best, and use it. But I would get used to using others as well, so that if one is down, you have a backup plan, when before the time comes when you really need to use it, and you're in a hurry and things aren't working properly, or you've never used it before and you're trying for the first time. It's always good to familiarize yourself with the things, multiple ways in and out, multiple ways to swap, multiple, just different, try them. It's not going to hurt anything to try them and use a fresh wallet, something you've never used before. That way you're not compromising or making a mistake. That when you click the wrong button or Google a link, for God's sakes, that your wallet gets drained. Use a fresh wallet and play with some of these things so you're familiar with them. When the time comes, you know how to use them.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. But this is very exciting. It looks good. But yeah, and you should be aware, like, I'm with you as far as like any new mechanism, you're providing a service. If you want to make a fee off of it, that's good. I just wish all of them were disclosed.
Yes, I agree.
And I get it. Maybe sometimes with the buy mechanism on Coast, maybe I think it probably does vary a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a static 1.5%. I've just calculated that roughly myself whenever I've noticed it. And that's versus the Pateus aggregator, which is also getting the best price for you possible. So maybe it's an unfair comparison, but just, something to be aware of when you do these things. And look, there's trade-offs too. We've talked about this many times. Maybe that is the truth with Coast, but also I feel pretty safe with Coast, compared to other mechanisms. Like, I mean, you have your bank there, Old Glory Bank, and you deposit it right from the bank onto Coast, so your bank is linked to it. It's, so there's just trade-offs, however you want to do it. You know what I mean?
Yep, absolutely.
Cool.
Good morning from the other side of the world.
Crypto Stylist, good morning to you. Good evening from us, anyway.